everybody, welcome back to Chitalayam. And today is the answer you've all been waiting for. Today we're going to be talking about how do we combat toxic positivity. We've seen all the ways that it plays a role, how it's beneficial, how it's not beneficial, how it affects different people's lives. And we need to find a way to combat it, whether you are a toxic positive person or you know someone who engages in toxic positivity or you're the recipient of someone's toxic positivity. So let's talk about that today, Akshay. How do we combat toxic positivity?
Well, the question you need to answer is how to be okay with negativity, because the biggest reason why toxic positivity exists is that like everybody is like, oh, I don't want to be negative, I want to be positive, and that is the problem here. They want to be positive all the time, and sometimes things in the world aren't positive at the moment, and in school we weren't really taught to deal with negative emotions. And I feel like like the whole world sort of tells us like be happy. Happiness is the goal. Happiness is a state that you should reach. And we have seen like like monks and all those people like who are like very peaceful, and they talk about like mindfulness and all that. And so we all understand that like happiness is the good thing, and like negativity is the thing that we hopefully like don't have to feel it. But the thing is, hoping that is not a bad thing. But the thing is, you're saying actually you're repressing all negative emotions. That's a bad thing. So you're being okay with the negative emotions, being okay with it, and being okay not just means that you're like you being aggressively angry on someone, or you're like getting into like depression because of sadness and saying, "Hey, I'm showing my negative emotions. What are you talking? Why like you're telling me this?" No, like you're dealing with the negative emotions the right way, and you can probably check out like how to control anger or how to be angry. Both the videos right here, and so those are things that you need to understand. That being okay with negativity, understanding that negativity is also a part of life. The yin and yang, yeah, both of them exist. So saying one of them don't, just because you say it doesn't exist, doesn't mean it doesn't actually exist. And maybe it might not affect you the very day off, but it will come back to bite you.
Yeah, that was a really good answer. Appreciate a lot of the points that you made. Um, I guess you make you covered the main point, right? Learning to handle negative emotions is essential to combating toxic positivity so you don't get caught in the trap of needing to feel positive all the time or needing to think positively all the time. So I'll just share personal experience. I know that when I'm upset, when I'm stressed out, there are things that I do to address the sadness and the negative feelings that I have, whether it's about myself, other people, my situation, whatever it is. I have this way that works for me of, sitting down, writing what's coming to my mind, crying if I need to. I just sit in with my sadness for some time. And what naturally happens is that after being sad for some time, I do become happy, right? Your body doesn't necessarily let you be sad infinitely. So, some depends on what mental illnesses you have, because that is something that can be altered. But your body can find ways to make you happy, and you can find ways to slowly become happy on your own. It doesn't need to be shoved down your throat in the first instance of any sadness or negativity. It's important to acknowledge its important feelings. You should learn why you're feeling it and not judge yourself for thinking negatively. Learn to be okay with it, because it's not fair to compare all of your life in all of its infinite glory, its ups and its downs, every crevice and shine, to someone else's just continuous positive highlight reel. So recognize that you are valid, you are worthy, your feelings are completely okay, and they deserve to be heard without being shut down, whether they're positive or negative. So, yeah, that's all I have to add.
That's actually a very good point. And one of the questions that that came to my mind when you said that is, let's say you are completely okay with negativity, right? And you understand that you can't always be thinking positively. But then when you're wallowing, and sometimes you do wallow, right? And the person next to you, he or she has no sense of toxic positivity and all that. And if they are trying to like help you, they're trying to comfort you, trying to console you, and they're being extremely toxic. They're showing extreme toxic positivity. How do you deal with that sort of person?
I would say assertiveness, which is usually the case for when you want to say something counter to what someone else is saying. You kind of need to be assertive and say, hey, I don't want to think, I don't want to ignore what I'm feeling right now. This is important to me. I'm feeling this for a reason. Uh, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go be by myself now. Or thanks for offering, but I'd rather be by myself right now, and kind of remove yourself from the situation, because you probably are not in the current mind space to educate them on what toxic positivity is and how they're being toxic positive. So just say what you can to get yourself out of the situation. You can deal with it on your own. This reminds me of the scene in Inside Out, which I recommend you look up, where sadness and joy both try to comfort Bing Bong. I think that's the name of the imaginary elephant. So when he's feeling upset, joy tries to help him, probably in a toxic positive way, and then sadness helps him. And you can see the difference that it makes in how Bing Bong's able to recover from his sadness. So good scene to look up. That's very relevant to this question.
That's actually like a very good answer. And actually, I have seen the movie. Usually, when people use movie references, I might not know it, but this is actually one I do know. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I feel like you guys all now have all the answers.
Yep. And if you enjoy the video series, make sure to let us know and tell us any other topics you'd like us to talk about.
Until then, see you tomorrow.
See you.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!